Dr. Madonna on the Street, 919 FM, every Monday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon for Words Matter. Communication for joyful workplaces. Dr. Madonna will help you unlock the secret power of words for your financial, relationship, and physical well-being. Whether you work at home, on the road, or in an organization, join Dr. Madonna every Monday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon for Words Matter. Communication for joyful workplaces.
Saddle up, ECDB, running the troops. So right about now, Rasta, you teach I the truth. Yo, when we say love, when we say love, when we say love. Give it to the next door neighbor. So love moving to the area. To the search, to the sinners, to the police, to the gangster. Take over your body like cancer. You call love answer. So give some love to your enemy. Show them you got the remedy. No more negative energy. Melody with harmony. Real love not expensive. True love not too offensive. This love break the fences. Effective. Keep on your gun and bring out your love and come. Hey, hey. Don't drink it wrong. Just bring out your love and come. Hey, hey. Daughter and son. Just bring out your love and come. Hey, yo. Join the love generation. Again, again, leave home your gun and bring out your love and come. Hey, hey. Don't drink it wrong. Just bring out your love and come. Hey, hey. Daughter and son. Just bring out your love and come. Hey, hey. Join the love generation. Yo, 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 yo. Fill your life with joy and happiness, yo. No segregation but togetherness, yo. Move away from all the prejudice. Then you would see what we can accomplish. Whoa. From the war, tell me you benefit, yo. From loss of life, nobody can profit, yo. Your life, my life, you know we gotta cherish. Whatever break down with pain, you're gonna mend it. Leave home your gun and bring out your love and come. Hey, hey, don't drink it wrong. Just bring out your love and come. Hey, hey, daughter and son. Just bring out your love and come. Hey, hey, join the love generation. Again, leave home your gun and bring out your love and come. Hey, hey, don't drink it wrong. Just bring out your love and come. Hey, hey, daughter and son. Just bring out your love and come. Hey, hey, join the love generation.
Join the love generation. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are joining us on Words Matter. I am Dr. Madonna, hustling to the studio, facing the downtown traffic, but thoroughly happy to be alive and to breathe and to be alive in Trinidad and Tobago. How are you? It's wonderful to be here. Pastor Google, how are you? How was your weekend?
Very interesting weekend. I am doing fine. You had traffic because today's Dr. Roy Cape's funeral.
The funeral. I tried to circumvent, instead of coming up Edward Street from the client, I took the Ricin Road, Colville Street, then left to Picton and so on, just to, right? So barely made it. So today is the funeral.
Yeah, at Napa.
At Napa, right, the legends, eh? Yeah, and you know, there's a song that talks about, you know, I think it's one of those, when you pay tribute to some of the pioneers and and carnival pioneers. So we really want to say hats off.
Sparrow. I don't know. I can't remember the name of the song.
So we've got to say hats off.
There's a song by Sparrow that speaks to that. Yeah. So I don't know if I remember it.
Yeah. Oh, it's something with remembering.
It's
yeah.
Remember. That's
I think you could check. And so we've got to really pay honor where honor is due. I mean, many people have stood on the shoulders of Roy Cape and so many pioneers of this country, and we need to be grateful, we need to be thankful, and we need to honor those who have gone before and have made such a tremendous contribution to Trinidad and Tobago, to what we are experiencing now in Trinidad and Tobago. Sometimes, there's a tendency to speak ill, and only when people die, all the plaudits and so on, we should give the flowers when they're alive. And, there's a biblical principle about giving honor where honor is due. And I think we would be better served if we do that, give honor where honor is due. In Trinidad and Tobago, we do have a tendency, you would admit, to speak negatively about people, to people, about our country, to our country. And I think we would be better served if we speak positive, if we bless, if we honor, right? It's a spiritual principle, because if you sow honor, you reap honor. It's in other cultures it's called karma, right? Sowing and reaping, right? So we've got to be mindful, because words are seeds also, right? And if we sow good words will come back to us as a harvest. There's a proverb that says, man reaps the reward of his lips. So that if you sow discord and harmony, that is what you're going to reap. And of course, when you reap, it's a harvest that's greater than the seed that you've sown. So if we sow good seeds, good words, blessings, we get a harvest of blessings in multiple forms. Blessings are not just words, but there are financial blessings. There are blessings of health and favor, because we're sowing good seed. So I want to encourage us, even as you said that about Roy Cape, let's take the time off to honor those who have gone before. It's also, I had an interesting time. Remember the community work that we do in Embakada, it continues. And we have wrapped up a workshop on making and managing money. And it's amazing, the money scripts. We dove into the money scripts, the things that we say to ourselves about money, and the things that we say about money. So we had this workshop, and the facilitator from the National Financial Literacy Program of the Central Bank was saying, "What is your money story?" And it was both sad and insightful as people share their money story, and we realize that some of us are contented with being poor, polite, and proud. Those things. One of the takeaways that she shared was, instead of saying, "Where my money gone?" you tell your money, you go there. And that's profound. You take control of money. And again, we come back to the communication we have in our minds about money. Again, you see how deep and how wide and profound communication is? Because if we wire our minds to think and accept poverty, that is the harvest we'll get. If we wire our minds to say, and a lot of Christians do this, about righteousness, and they do not think that they can be wealthy and righteous. So therefore, the mind is wired to a kind of contentment with just barely getting by. And we expose those scripts and in attempt to transform our thinking and the actions that follow. So for example, if we say, "I really don't have a goal in life," then you spend your money whatever, however, whenever, if ever. But if you begin now, and we have this exercise about identify, you need to have a dream or a goal, and then you tell your money, you divide up your money and say, you money, you for that goal. You money, you for that goal. And begin to see where the leakages are. And that was profound. On Saturday, we did that in the Embakada our community as part of our Foundation for Healing Conversations, right? And we've got to heal our minds around what the scripts that we have about money. So I was particularly happy about that on Saturday. We did that on Saturday. And so that's my accounting to you as to how the weekend went. Fulfilling, but it means we do have a lot of work to do. Now, I just want to say that the facilitator shared with us that the central bank had done a massive national survey around money, how people spend, who is spending, or how people are managing money. Let's put it that way. And where the leakages are. And they found that not a great percentage of the population saves. Not a great percent. So therefore, it propelled them to start this National Financial Literacy Program. And it really expanded to, I think, other countries have tapped into what the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago has done and is doing around that. And you'll be surprised, so our facilitator gave us an example of people who are working, let's say, URP. And because, they go all over the country. And some people say, I'm just I'm working for minimum wage and I can't save. And she says, let's write down, keep track of everything you do with your money. Keep track for a 3 months basis and you will see. And it's amazing whether people are able to save $35 and then grow that. Because you'd be surprised to see, and she spoke about that, the leakages of our money. One person said, I like nice things. As we were very transparent, I like nice things. And then we began to ask about, okay, these nice things, are they needs and are they wants? And so there was deep soul searching, because that's a script that we have, a mental script about money. I like nice things. I like to feel nice. I like to feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. And one person said, when I lime, I go all out. Buy wrongs for everybody. So these scripts, we examine them and see how now we are in this situation where we barely getting by because the scripts that we have in our minds and that we program our mind to accept, right? I like nice things. When I lime, I go all out, right? I spoil my grandchildren. And the facilitator had to say, listen, we perhaps doing them more harm than good. If every time they ask for something, you give them. Right? And that's where a lot of our money went, to the grandchildren. Right? And then we had a discussion about some of these snacks. And you realize, but wait a minute, I fritter my money away on snacks. So it really was a soul searching. It was gratifying, but it really sent the signal that we have these money scripts, the mental programming that keep us in a state of just barely getting by, surviving and not thriving. So that's part of the work we do at the Foundation for Healing Conversation. We collaborate with other entities, again, because we focus on communication, because it is the base of everything, So that internal communication around money, we have to expose that. And therefore, once people understand how am I programming my mind concerning money, what then do I need to do? So there was the whole takeaway. Let us keep track of everything we do with the money. Even if you go to the market, carry a little book on your phone. Right, just write how much you spend on the scythe and whatever it is. And you check that out. And then now look at what you spend in the grocery and you begin to compare. So that's the kind of homework we give people, because they program themselves, their minds, to say, I'm going by the supermarket, I'm going by the grocery, when in fact the market is cheaper. So it was an interesting journey to examine the money scripts, how we program our mind in respect of money. If we say, I live in paycheck to paycheck, I can't save, you've already programmed your mind. And she began to explore, listen, I've worked with people who are minimum wage and helped them to save. Because once we take a deep dive into what we do with our money, then we are able to see, hey, I could save here, I could save there, I could save there. And saving for emergencies. So it was really, again, refreshing, frightening, but exciting that we help to transform people, or we start the process of transforming the minds of people towards money. So I felt very good about that.
I normally do a little challenge with my son. Every time $5 come in your hand, put it away. Save it. Every time you get $5, no matter what it is. Every time you get $5 in your hand, put it aside. Save it, save it, save it. And he was able to save, must say, about how much? About $2,000 already for the year.
Congratulations, you're doing good. You're helping the next generation, and that's part of the work of the Central Bank's National Financial Literacy Program. That at the Foundation for Healing Conversation, we really help them. We collaborate with the NFLP, and we help lower resource communities to take a deep dive into our money scripts. And you know, one more thing before I go on to another topic. We spoke about the spiritual laws and principles and foundations of how we handle money, you know. Many, I think a lot of Christians know that God said in his word, beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health as your soul prospers. And also, it's let me just share something the Holy Spirit shared with me this morning, actually. There's a psalm that says, he teaches my arms to war and my fingers to fight. He teaches my arms to war, you know that scripture, and my fingers to fight. We're fighting a war against poverty. All right, so let's look at that. He teaches our arms to fight the war against poverty and our fingers, right? Our arms to war and our fingers to fight against poverty. And that means we could tap into God for the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that is required to fight that battle against poverty, against barely getting by. Because inside of the Lord is all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And as we pray, opens doors of favor, ideas to gain wealth, because he teaches us to gain wealth. So those are some of the things we explore with persons. And sometimes, again, to challenge your money scripts. We were happy there was one person, she said, well, she didn't have anything negative or any about, you know, habits. And it turns out all of her expenses are met. She runs a susu. No, she has a health insurance plan and so on. Really, really structured so that the others got encouragement from her. So that's the kind of, we share with one another, expose the money scripts, the spiritual principles, and how to pray, and how to open our eyes to see opportunities. Even though, as you said, as in some communities, the figure is just a HDC something, HDC apartment or home, etc. But we help people pray and open their eyes to the opportunities that exist. So it's about the self-talk, the money scripts that we have. Self-talk, talk with one another, begin to collaborate, because right there you have the opportunity for susu, opportunities for saving and so on. And we share that money, that wealth and prosperity runs on relationships. We've got to strengthen relationships with one another, right? To build a community of like-minded people and who have positive mental scripts about money and prosperity and thriving. Yeah. So that's some of the work that we do at the Foundation for Healing Conversations. And I know later on in the program you'll see the ad, but let me just share with you. You can call us and find out more about the work that we do. 398-5013. That's 398-5013. The work that we do, the Foundation for Healing Conversations, to help challenge how we speak to ourselves and speak to one another. In fact, in Mbakade, they came up with a vision. And the acronym is Mary, M, make Mbakade safe, E for experience God, R, respect one another, and I, involve yourself in business. And that came out of the community. It has not been easy. Any community transformation is not an easy journey at all. It's been a long while. But if God sends you, well, then you have to stick until God says leave. So they generated that, and Saturday Gone was really quite refreshing to see how we took a deep dive into the money scripts and to put people in that part with the I part. Well, two, they respect one another, and that's where the relationships need to be strengthened to do business, and the I, involve yourself in business. Right? So we do have an agri project on the ground, and the whole collaboration and the discipline that is required to run a business. We're working on that. So that's part of the work we do at the foundation. So if you want more information, call us 398-5013, and it'd be wonderful to have you on board to support the kind of work that we're doing there. You could support in person, you could support in kind and in cash. Those of you who perhaps want to donate some seedlings, feel free to do so. Give us a call at 398-5013. You may want to donate seedlings or fertilizers, the kind of organic fertilizers, the dung and so on, and then the compost. Feel free to call us at 398-5013. That's an opportunity for you to be part of a community transformation work that we're doing under the auspices of our Foundation for Healing Conversations. So let us know, 398-5013. In which you may want to support that work and help transform the minds and the attitudes, mindset and attitudes, and spiritual growth and development as part of our community transformation. Because you can't, there's so many efforts, and we celebrate all, and we join that, and our unique proposition really has to do with the spiritual dimension and the communication dimension. Because if we could challenge our mental scripts, the attitudes that we have towards self and community and so on, and then the spiritual empowerment, we're on our way to achieving a transformation. So call us at 398-5013 if you want to be part of that work that we're doing under the auspices of the Foundation for Healing Conversation. But if you wish, you could call my phone after the show, right? And then we'll share more. All right, 398-5013. So that's my invitation to persons to partner with our transformation work by challenging our mental scripts around money, relationships, spirituality, and business. All right, yeah, great. I see you queued up there, Sparrows, Memories. Yeah, beautiful song. As we were talking, as we were talking about Roy Keane at the start. They could play a little excerpt of it for callers, our listeners, and so on. Yeah, that.
Every year somebody dear give us cause to shed a tear and mourn, for they are gone. Now all that's left is a faint memory, based on the theme of a strange melody. Still, we must think of them and recall their image with pride, telling people from deep inside, this is dedicated to those who died. But in it, I'll always remember jumping when a big band passed, playing mass, sugary, peppery. He was never ever one for glass. But from Innis, wherever you are, compare just for you. Are we gonna give them real thunder this year?
Beautiful, beautiful. And as we remember Dr. Roy Keane, we need to pay honor where honor is due, as I said at the start of today's program. And also, I am an advocate of giving flowers while people are alive. When they're dead, they're not here. Give them flowers while they're alive. And we do have a passion in this society for speaking ill. We speak ill about our country. We speak ill about our leaders. We speak ill even about ourselves sometimes and about one another. And I want to challenge us all, even as we talk about Words Matter, I want to challenge us all to examine the content and the content of our communication. Again, honor where honor is due, and give people the honor while they are alive. Call us. I have another thing I want to share with you and to get your take on it. We are, my company, we're running, and I shared this last week, I think. we're running our program in public speaking and presentation skills. And I told you I was coming from a client who wanted some aspect of that in person. And it struck me that something I needed to share with you, how effective speaking could help or hinder promotional opportunities. And we've been invited to share an aspect of public speaking to persons who are in line for promotion. And this is very interesting. You have an organization that want to promote persons in the, the tea ladies, and they want to give them the opportunity to serve as receptionists and frontline persons and so on. And it struck me that I would share that with you this morning, that not just persons who have seminars and so on to present at, but you might be, and in this instance, the hospitality person, the tea persons and so on. We had situations with security officers needing to be promoted, and the organization recognized that we need to both teach, to coach and train in respect of both their speaking and writing skills, because with the writing skills, the officers, security officers, need to write incident reports. And while there may be a template that they can use, they still have to fill in details about the incident. And if they don't do that accurately, perpetrators can get off, right? Simple things. So we have these aspects, the aspects of speaking and writing, that you may not be a manager, you may be a hospitality person, and you recognize that your oral communication or written communication is hindering your promotional opportunities. Give us a call. Call us after the show, and we can help in that area. So when I was coming from the client, I said, wait a minute, so there may be a lot of persons who in that position, hospitality, security, and so on, and they need to get the skills to improve both their speaking and writing skills to enhance their promotional opportunities. So you can call us after this show, 307-5703, and let us know. Or you can go on our website, madonnadoyle.com, and just put a note, what your needs are, and we're here to help. All right? So Google, you can tell all your friends and family and so on that. And we've done it over the years, and it slipped me to mention that regardless. And it's affordable because you can break up the public speaking just to focus on voice. We can focus. We have a lot. There's a program that we got from Cambridge University that helps with the English pronunciation. Right? And that's a lovely program. We've done that for years too. And there are programs that we've developed in overcoming the fear of public speaking. You could do just that, right? And tackle the fear that people have. People have great fears sometimes. And we have a client representative. She said, sometimes, and this is furniture and stuff. And the supervisors was saying, sometimes they're fearful because they may be talking to wealthy people and they feel intimidated. So we provide these skills to help them overcome that sense of feeling inferior when they have to address different audiences. So call me, 3420081, and let me know. So I've spoken about giving honor, where honor is due. I've spoken about the manuscripts,
right,
and the work that we're doing in the community.
So we're going for a break and come right back to
okay,
the interview.
Great, thanks. The Foundation for Healing Conversations is a Christian faith community transforming lives through healing conversations. The foundation is currently engaged in transforming the community of Embarcadero in San Fernando. We are working with young men 17 years and over, equipping them with entrepreneurial skills, agriculture, spiritual and attitudinal mindset shifts. To partner with us and experience community transformation at its finest, visit our Facebook page, the Foundation for Healing Conversations, or call us on 398-5013 and become a member of the Foundation for Healing Conversations. I am Dr. Madonna, and I approve this message. Yes, and if you wish to contribute financially, the account is with First Citizens. It's 4797. That's if you wish to contribute to the work that we're doing in the Mbakane community and in, you know, community workshops and so on. So you can contribute in kind. Earlier on, I said, you know, if you wish, I mean, in kind, things like, I think we need a 50-foot hose because we established a sprinkler system. You may want to give, to donate seedlings. You may want to donate compost, fertilizers. Feel free to be a part to contribute in kind, in cash. If you wish, the account is 259-4797. That is the Foundation for Healing Conversations. You can do that. So call me, call us right now, 342-0081, 342-0081, 466-5391, 466-5391, and then there's another one, 771-1791, 771-1791. Love to hear from you this morning. It's always a pleasure engaging with you on any of the topics that we've raised so far. You know, giving honor where honor is due. We spoke about our money scripts, the work that we're doing in the community of Mbakane, our public speaking, and how we can target any of the challenges that you have with speaking and even in writing. Some people have a fear of that their voice will dry up. We had cases like that, you know, because there are some ancient fears that people have. And then when they go to speak, wow, you know, it comes back. And then as I shared with you, we do have small bite solutions, security persons and tea ladies and hospitality persons and so on to help them with opportunities for promotion if they are challenged by both their speaking and their writing. That's kind of yes, because sometimes that it's those life skills enhance your prospects. I remember a person, again, a hospitality person, in line for promotion, but she has a business idea. You know, you run a little side hustle, but she wants to expand it when she's retired. And talking about putting her stuff on the market, in the supermarkets, and we say, well, that means you have to talk with the purchasers, right? Purchasing agents of these supermarkets, and you need to know how to speak with them in the language that they can. So you imagine you're starting off as a hospitality person, you're into a little and now you have to engage with purchasing agents and all these kinds of things. That's where your speaking and in your writing skills would take place, and even your mindset towards money, right? So call us. Call me now, 342-0081, and let's have a conversation about any of the things that we've discussed so far. And I have one more thing to share with you as we approach Republic Day. Are you there? 342-0081, 342-0081, or 466-5391. That's 466-5391. Do we have a caller? No. Not yet. All right. So, one more thing, Republic Day celebrations. And you know, we go from independence to republic, and we come back again. How do we see this nation? How do we see and celebrate this nation of Trinidad and Tobago? That to me, it's a blessing to be here, right? Our first caller, morning.
Good morning, Derry.
Hi.
I was thinking that if instead you can have classes like, let's say, every Monday may have a class, let's say Mongo Community Center or something like that in the evening, 4 o'clock or something like that, you know. So you can have a class on because sometimes people want to do this thing, but they don't hear it on the radio. But if they're like having a class, let's say Mongo Community Center every last Monday in the month, or the last whatever in the month, and then let's say Bonnet Gardens every last Thursday, whatever. I was thinking about that. It will be, for me, I think you're trying to paying attention and attending, because, you know, seeing the person directly in front of them and getting to ask questions, direct and expressions and stuff like that, you know. I don't know.
That's interesting. You call 2 community centers. Is it Mount Hope and Bonnet, he said?
Yes, Mount Hope and Bonnet. Or the matter of fact, any community center, you know.
I hear you. I hear you. And what you're saying is that you prefer the in-person ones where the participants can ask questions and clarify anything.
Yes, you're right there. And when they ask you something, you answer them one time, and next question, you show them the expression and thing, and they understand better than sometimes they listen anyway, but they're cooking up efficient side sometimes too. But sometimes even they have nothing to do. So okay, after 4, let me go to the community center. 2, 3 people. It is you get 2 or 3 people, 4 people, and somebody would learn something. They get one out of a whole village.
I have a question for you. Have you ever looked at the Ministry of Community Development's website and see the sort of training or the training that they offer? Google
No,
says Google knows you. Pastor Google knows you.
No, I never work any place like that. My training was in one place, training workers to handle safety equipment and stuff like that.
Oh, that's what you've done. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Here's what. Call me after the program and leave your number. Let's have a conversation because everything costs money, right?
Yes, yes. And morning, Pastor Google.
Do we have your number?
No, and then all the same thoughts we say, but we never spawn in the name. Dear Papi, whoever you are, compared just with you. We come up with the world fire this year.
Oh, right. Are you free to share your number on how? Okay.
Yeah, my number is there. Google.
Okay.
No, my number, anybody. My number is all about Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, cool. All right. Thank you very much for calling, for your suggestion.
You're welcome.
All right. Yes. So callers 342-0081, 342-0081, 4665391, 4665391. All right. Caller, morning.
A pleasant good morning to this amazing Wonder Woman, Dr. Doyle.
Pleasant morning to you too, honey.
Right, it's almost lunchtime.
Yes, girl. Talk to me. Oh, the call dropped. Would you care to call back? Okay. All right, that call dropped. Is there anybody else? Okay, so call us at 342-0081. Remember what we're sharing. And as we approach Republican status, beyond independence, it's really that status in which it's self-determination, right? A greater degree of self-determination, that the Constitution is supreme, right? And we need to ask ourselves, as we approach the 48th anniversary of Republican status, how do we engage with our Constitution? How do we engage with this nation state called Trinidad and Tobago? And do we see ourselves as playing a significant role in steering the direction of this country? Our caller, good morning.
Sorry, I was talking just now and something went wrong with the line.
Yeah, the call dropped. No, we heard the morning part, the salutation. Talk to me, honey.
Right, and how old I am at the end of the month, how old I will be, 76 years. But I know I'm not sounding so yet.
No, honey, 76 at the end. Around Republic Day, the 24th?
26th of September.
2 days after Republic Day celebration. Very nice.
Yes, a day I always look forward to, so I'm focusing on reaching that 100 plus.
Amen.
But I call you the amazing Wonder Woman. It's not the first time I'm hearing you, speaking to you. But I slow down a bit due to the aging process. But hearing you now, I wish I can come to your classes tomorrow. However, I'll tell you, I work with one company throughout my life, Merlin Genuine Spare Parts Limited. I was always in the service department, seeing about motor cars, the best of motor cars, Mercedes-Benz, Austin Mini 1300. And I worked with this company all my life. But when I realized that I was coward from background country, I was born in Morocco, St. Joseph, on the hill, Akona Road. Akona Road, Morocco, St. Joseph. My mother is a Spanish woman, and my daddy is a mixed Indian-Spanish. Nice family up there, Espinoza. Many of you will hear this name and say, yes, nice family. My mother was Espinoza and my father was Thomas. But what I want to say is that, I was telling you about working in this company all my life. One place, that's service department. And when I heard about the Secretaries Association, which was NSA and now National Administrative Professionals, my boss joined me. He paid my dues and I went through them. So I guess this is where I get the knowledge from, besides God, to be able to speak the way I speak. And I want to encourage, while I am saying all this, I want to encourage you young people out there, get on this program, get to meet Dr. Madonna Doyle, and you will see how great you will be in the future. Right now, I wish that I could still be out there promoting. But due to circumstances with grandchildren, the timing is not perfect. But doctor, one of these days, I will come to your classes and we will talk some more. But my main reason for this call is to encourage ambition, inspire hope, and let those young people get onto you. You see your voice and everything is perfect. There's no flaw when you speak. Yeah, all people get with Dr. Doyle and let's do things for each other. Please. But Dr. Doyle, it's the second time I'm talking to you, but due to the aging, I'm slowing down. But God will provide a way for me. And I'm still with the Secretaries Association, mind you,
Right. I feel I know you. I've done a significant amount of work with the NAAP. So I may have met you. So here's what, Merlin, can you leave? Now, I can't call you. I don't know your number. Would you care to leave your number so I can reach out to you?
Right now?
Yes.
Right now? No
problem. Don't call it on air. Pastor Google
very...
is guiding me. Don't call it on air. How do we call my number or what will work? Okay, Pastor Google will take it down. It appears
see it on the phone. You want to see it on the phone?
Yes,
no?
so he'll take the contact information. Merlin, thanks so very much, and you're spot on.
Yes, and I'll get in touch with you. God bless everyone.
Blessings to you. I'll give you a shout. Thank you, Merlin.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, and free endorsement. Yeah, because I've done a lot of work with the NAAP, and she's spot on, because you have administrative professionals who also want to move up in organizations, and the communications training really support their growth. Another caller? Okay, great. So we're approaching Republic Day, September the 24th, and it's time to reflect on what it means for us. And again, I come back to some of the narrative we have about this country. And it saddens me to hear some people, once there's some sort of negative ranking or so on, they are in their glee. Oh, Trinidad low on the list of this, and Trinidad get penalized, and Trinidad. You know, you have to be, Pastor Gould, you must monitor these things.
No, I know what you're talking about, you know.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And the sad thing about it is that it's not the way how they're putting it across, is that is not how it is.
So I want, because we are the architects of the future of this country. Republican status really means self-determination. We have the power to steer the country in the way we want it to go. And I want to encourage us all. There's a document I always, I shouldn't say always, very often, I refer to the Vision 2030 document. And a couple of you have said you've never heard about it, you've never seen it. And that is the path for development. It's the vision that the country, and it wasn't just the PNM government or the UNC government, a lot of professionals and stakeholders came together and said, this is how we see this country. And by 2030, this is what we want to see for Trinidad and Tobago.
You have a caller.
Yes, caller. Hi, morning.
Good morning, Pastor Google. Good morning, Dr. Madonna.
Hello, morning.
Of course, I always like listening to you, but I came on just a while ago, being busy. And of course, I would like you to repeat that last statement. It's not exactly the last one, but one that came on with just now, telling us how it is up to us to steer this country where we want it to be, where we hope it will be, because, you know, Madonna, not everybody wanted the way you wanted. Huh? And I'm happy to say that I am always glad to know that there's a Madonna, Dr. Madonna is on, because just yesterday, the evening, something popped up on my phone, and it's a Trinidadian in the United States talking to the news. I can't remember if it's people on ABC or whatever. And she had gone there. She went there to go to university. But right now, she's teaching the USA children to learn skills. Right? And she said everything is not academic. But if you have that skill, you can do a lot. And so I call just to say that you are like that. We are one like that. And I'm happy, and I hope that you stay on a while so that the young people can hear you, because some of them are in school and some of them might be working. But I hope they can hear you, or this message can reach. So have a special day.
Thank you very much. You know, one of my team members, we were chatting this morning and how to make, have our content readily accessible. And I'm glad for the encouragement that you just shared, because, of course, to make it global, we do have a YouTube channel. There's a YouTube channel, Madonna Doyle and Associates. You go on YouTube and you can pull up our channel there. And I thank you for the encouragement. So I'll do some more work on the channel, and then maybe some other work to get the content more widespread. So thank you for that. And as you said, you're young people, and you're happy and encouraged about Trinidadians abroad teaching skills. There are two things I want you to, those of you, just if you can just Google Vision 2030 Trinidad and Tobago, you need to get your hands on that. And you were just saying that you'd like me to repeat that statement. And the point I'm making is that Republic status really is about self-determination and the power that is in our hands as individuals, as citizens, as nationals of Trinidad and Tobago, to steer the country in a positive direction. Your guide will be that Vision 2030 document. And there are 8 pillars, I think, or there are some macro goals, and then some of these smaller activities to achieve those macro goals. And we do need to be responsible, to be proactive in steering the country in the way that we want it to go. I was listening to some of the, I think the People's National Movement held some conversations around constitutional reform. And in forum like these, you have the opportunity to make a difference, to speak your truth. Right? And I know the other party, the UNC, they're supposed to have their internal elections pretty soon. So and of course you have your other groupings, not only the political groupings, but as we approach Republican status, 40 years as a republic, we need to be a bit more proactive, I think, around our involvement in the direction of the country and what we say about the country. All right?
You have a caller.
Oh, hi, caller. Good morning.
Morning, Ms. Madonna Doyle and Dr. Pastor Guru.
Hi.
I'm now joining your conversation, but I got the gist of it, and I'm glad I was involved in YTEP at the beginning of the LNG, where they couldn't find welders in point, and I went and taught welders with YTEP to make them viable to go along to work on the tanks. And from that was the start of the welder fraternity in point. And now we have a flourishing cadre of welders in point. You understand?
Awesome.
They went on to Labico, and they are now working in Labico estate, and very competent welders. So it's just about sharing your knowledge. You understand? And enhancing the population.
You mind sharing your name? I used to work at YTEP for about 3 years.
I work with C. Duberry. My name is Keith Jeremy.
What is
Keith Jeremy?
Keith Jeremy?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I haven't met you, Keith Jeremy.
I work he shoot very hard me, and I work with the guy in Point. I forget his name. But I work. I taught in Mahaika.
Right.
At the hospital.
Point people.
He was the manager.
Yeah. I want to thank you for your contributing to the lives of young people. I have been a youth leader in church for many years, and my philosophy is that the youth really is the future of the nation. So how you want your nation or your church to go, that's what you invest in the young people. So thank you for investing your skills, your knowledge, your attitude, your worldview to the next generation. So I celebrate you. And sure, even as you have life, you have more to contribute in a positive way.
Sure.
Yeah, so thank you. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
All right, great. Thank you so very much, callers. Again, we're speaking about, one, the manuscripts and the work that we're doing in the Foundation for Healing Conversations. And by the way, callers, if you wish to participate and to contribute in whatever way to the work that we're doing in that community, call me at 398-5013, 398-5013. You could contribute in kind. You could contribute your skills, like caller, you spoke about training people in welding, young people in welding. I'm not there yet. We're not there yet. We're using the seasonings in the barrel, and I want to do some work with them with hydroponic and aquaponic, and using those as even pilots and labs to help grow the discipline, because business is about discipline. Help them grow in relationships and help them transform their attitude towards money, relationships, and so on, so that they're on the path for entrepreneurship. So those of you who may want to contribute entrepreneurial skills training, do contact me, 398-5013. And those of you who want to contribute financially, we do have an account with First Citizens in the name of the Foundation for Healing Conversations. That's 259-4797, 259-4797. So you can be part of the work. Even those of you who are saying, listen, you know, I am not physically able, or you want to contribute in some way. It could be in kind. It could be your skills. Yeah. Don't die with all them knowledge, skills, and ability, your skills, and finances, cash. I call it treasure, time, and talent. Time, talent, and treasure. Right? So that way you're contributing to the future of this nation in your small way. I remember we talk about we are approaching republic status, and really it is about self-determination. And you can make these conscious choices to help the future of the nation by investing in young people. You could invest time, talent, or treasure, right? And then we spoke about giving honor where honor is due earlier on, as Google reminded us. This is the day of the funeral for Dr. Roy Cape, and also those of you who, and it could be you or it could be your grandchildren or your children, who recognize that their communication skills or the lack of it may be hindering their promotional opportunities. Call me after this program and let's have a conversation about how we can help. I shared some examples of persons who may want to be promoted from hospitality into receptionists, security persons, and so on. So call after the show, after the program, 398-5013. And we're coming to the end of today's program. So thank you very much for being part of Words Matter.
If you want greater respect from your bankers, bosses, those in authority, then words matter. If you want more productive business relationships with co-workers, customers, or clients, then join Dr. Madonna on the Street, 919 FM, every Monday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon for Words Matter. Communication for joyful workplaces. Dr. Madonna will help you unlock the secret power of words for your financial, relationship, and physical well-being. Whether you work at home, on the road, or in an organization, join Dr. Madonna every Monday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon for Words Matter. Communication for joyful workplaces.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we.
Let's go pay some bills on the street. 919 FM.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe. Join the winning team with Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon and every Wednesday night from 7:05 p.m. to 8 p.m. live on The Street 919 FM as he talks about LaVive, the power of 5 fruits, one of the most powerful antioxidant supplements on the market today. The 5 superfruits in LaVive are mangosteen, acai, pomegranate, goji, and nuni. These fruits have a positive and profound impact on human health performance and disease. Join him as he gives live testimonials of the LaVive healing powers. To get more information, you can contact Pastor Alkaline John at 516-286-7079 or you can visit his webpage at www.alkalinejohn.com. Remember, every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. and Wednesday at 7:05 p.m. live on The Street 919 FM.
Join Pastor Kelvin Heinerine and friends for The Way, The Truth, The Life Radio Ministry, a Church of God ministry, live on The Street 919 FM from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This and every Sunday on The Street 919 FM. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. For further information, contact 686-3845-349-5178 or 342-7303.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 to 186 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new, with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on The Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
This message is brought to you by Island Finance Quick and Easy Loans. Need money now? Apply online to get a response in 1 minute from Island Finance. Visit islandfinancetrinidad.com. Apply today. This message was brought to you by Island Finance Quick and Easy Loans. Apply online today. The time in Trinidad and Tobago is now 12 p.m. This segment is brought to you by Island Finance. Hassle-free, unsecured loans, no down payment, no collateral, no problem. Get up to $150,000 unsecured to live your best life with Island Finance. For anything you need, visit a branch near you and live your best life today. This segment was brought to you by Island Finance. Get up to $150,000 unsecured to live your best life.
Street919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon, I'm Chanaka Phipps and this is the news on the Street 919 FM. In the headlines, bandit drowns and dies. Woman set on fire by common law husband. Bodies found in sea lots Government wins Privy Council case. Regionally, Jamaican cops killed. And internationally, Tito from the Jackson 5 has died. On top of the news, a man who has not been identified fell into a drain and drowned after robbing a closed car dealership in McBean, Couva. He was found floating in a wide drain that runs at the end of Ramudit Drive, which is behind the compound of Casa Enterprises on the Southern Main Road. It was reported that an alarm went off on the compound after 2 a.m. yesterday, and private security and the police responded. 3 men were observed jumping over the back fence when the responding teams arrived. 2 of the suspects managed to escape, but the third was found dead in the drain. Several items were stolen from the site. The dealership has been closed for the last 3 years following the death of the owner, Navin Dionarain. There are approximately 40 vehicles on the compound, and the bandits have apparently been raiding the site for months. Personnel on the site said the men walked with a blanket in a garbage bag as if they had long-term plans to set up a camp on the compound and steal as many parts as possible. Investigations are continuing. In more news, a 41-year-old woman identified as Sophia Adams was set on fire by her boyfriend in Freeport. Her condition at the hospital is listed as critical. Adams and her common-law husband Sunil Arjun got into an argument around 5 p.m. on the 14th of September 2024. The man doused her with gasoline and set her on fire. The suspect, Sunil Arjun, has gone on the run from police. Afia's brother, Akini Adams, a.k.a. Dole, was shot and killed by police in Sealots in July 2019. This is a developing story. In further news, missing cousins Rakil Dukna and Rakil Kamabach continued yesterday. The family's fears increased after 2 decomposing bodies were found floating in the mangrove as a Pioneer Drive, Sealots, late in the afternoon. The discovery around 4 p.m. sent the hunters' search and rescue team to the area so they could determine if they were the men that they spent the last 2 days searching for in Arima. While there was no confirmation from the police up to 8 p.m. as to the identities of the victims, some social media news outlets declared it was them, leaving the grieving family wondering what was really going on. Dukna, 18, and Kamabach, 21, were last seen around 2 a.m. on Saturday. Their rental car was found idling in some bushes at 10 a.m. that morning along the Blanchisseuse Road in Arima. However, there was no sign of either men. Calls to their cell phones also went unanswered. Meanwhile, in news, the 5 law lords who presided over the appeal of Customs Officer Teresa Dore were expected to deliver their decision at the beginning of October. But however, a unanimous decision in a judgment a short while ago today, the United Kingdom-based Privy Council dismissed the final appeal in a lawsuit challenging the move brought by the Public Service Association. Justice Westmin James initially rejected Dore's challenge in November 2013. On May 28th, Justice of Appeal Nolan Beru, Charmaine Pemberton, and Mira Dean Amora also did the same. Like the local court, the Privy Council ruled that the move is not unconstitutional for different reasons. The transfer of revenue functions to the authority pursuant to the Act does not breach an implied provision or assumption on which the Constitution is based, the law lords said. In the lawsuit, Dore challenged the constitutional validity of the Revenue Act 2021. Dore contended that Section 18 was unconstitutional as it sought to interfere with the terms and conditions of employment of public servants currently assigned to the CED and IRD. Dore also claimed the government did not have the power to delegate its tax revenue collection duties. Their ruling Lords Reed, Lloyd Jones, Burrows, Stevens, and Lady Simler held that the TTRA Act did not breach the Constitution. The outcome was warmly received by Finance Minister Colm Imbert, which he said, "We won the case. This required tremendous efforts against the relentless opposition from the UNC and the PSA. Now we can modernize revenue collection." And regionally, 2 police constables are dead and 2 other cops hospitalized after a motor vehicle crash in Yorktown, Clarendon on Sunday. The deceased have been identified as Constables Jessica West and Sean Atkins, members of the Area 3 Police Division. It is understood that around 6:40 p.m., the 4 cops were traveling in a police service vehicle along the Yorktown Main Road heading to Maypen when the driver lost control of the vehicle, which then overturned in a ditch. The 4 cops were rushed to hospital where West and Atkins were pronounced dead and other 2 admitted. In a statement released late Sunday, the police high command expressed sadness about the accident and said support was being offered to the families, colleagues and friends of the victims. And internationally, Tito Jackson, one of the brothers who made up the beloved pop group the Jackson 5, has died at the age of 70, his sons said. Tito was the 3rd of 9 Jackson children, which include global superstars Michael and sister Janet, part of a music-making family whose songs are still beloved today. It's with a heavy heart that we announce that our beloved father, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Tito Jackson, is no longer with us. We are shocked, saddened and heartbroken. Our father was an incredible man who cared about everyone and their well-being. His sons TJ, Taj and Taril said in a statement posted on Instagram and Facebook late Sunday. Jackson's death was reported, which stated in social media posts that Steve Manning, a longtime Jackson family friend and former Jackson family manager, tells the media that Tito passed away today, while an official cause of death has not yet been determined. Manning believes that Tito suffered a heart attack while driving from New Mexico to Oklahoma. The Jackson 5 included brothers Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, Marlon and Michael. The family group, which was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1997, produced several #1 hits in the 1970s, including ABC, I Want You Back and I'll Be There. Tito Jackson also is survived by his brothers Jermaine, Randy, Marlon and Jackie, his sisters Janet, Rebby and Latoya, and their mother Catherine. Their father died in 2018. Now let's take a look at the sports and the weather report. In sports, Fatima College opened their defense on their secondary schools football league premiership title with a 8-0 win over Miracle Ministries on Saturday at Fatima Grounds. Keedan Trastrell and Josiah Gobin scored doubles, while Michael Chavez, Matthew Barrington, Levi Smith and Luke Correa scored in the victory. Fatima's opening game against St. Augustine Secondary was postponed because of a waterlogged outfield. Newcomers Miracle Ministries lost their opening match to Intercal champions Presentation College 6-0. Meanwhile, Presentation College, St. Anthony's College and Naparima College stayed perfect with wins on Saturday. At QRC grounds, Isaiah Jacob and Caleb Boyce scored for Presentation San Fernando before Michael Nelson curled in a late consolation for the home team. Naparima College defeated Trinity East 3-2 to stay perfect, while Trinity fell to their second straight 3-2 defeat. In Tobago, Kyle James scored his 4th goal of the season as Signal Hill defeated San 3-2. Arima North got a huge 5-0 over St. Augustine Secondary, with Michael John and Christian Gomez notching doubles. In more sports, Trinidad and Tobago's men hockey team are champions of the 2024 Pan American Challenge and have qualified for their 2025 Pan American Cup in Uruguay. The Calypso Stickmen defeated host Peru 6-0 to take the title in a canter with 7 straight wins. Trinidad and Tobago star Teague Macano was named tournament MVP. Paraguay took third place with a 2-1 win over Guatemala. The 2025 Pan American Cup will be hosted in Uruguay from the 24th of July to the 3rd of August. And that's all for sports. Now let's head on over to the weather. For the period of this afternoon and tonight, hot and sunny conditions will be interrupted by cloudy spells with showers. There's a medium chance of a few heavy showers or thunderstorms. The night will be partly cloudy with a few showers and a low chance of isolated thunderstorms. Please note gusty winds and street or flash flooding may occur in or near heavy showers or thunderstorms. In the Leeward Islands, mostly hot and sunny despite isolated showers. The night will be mostly fair despite isolated showers. In our temperature last night, we had a minimum temperature of 26 degrees in Trinidad and 27 degrees in Tobago. Our maximum temperature is 33 degrees in Trinidad and 32 in Tobago. Our seas are moderate with waves between 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters and up to 1 meter, but up to 1.5 meters in the leewards in sheltered areas. Now let's recap the headlines. Recapping the headlines: bandit drowns and dies. Woman set on fire by common law husband. Bodies found in sea lots. Government wins Privy Council case. Regionally Jamaican cops killed. And internationally Tito from the Jacksons 5 has died. And that's all for today. Thank you for joining me. I'm Chanaka Phipps. Do have a blessed Monday.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com. Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919fm.com.
Don't miss Furniture Plus Bargain Bonanza. Get up to 20% off mini appliances and appliances. 20% off bedroom collections. Up to 30% off mattresses. Up to 30% off dining and kitchen furniture. Up to 50% off outdoor furniture. Plus buy one, get one 50% off on home office. Affordable hire purchase is available. All Furniture Plus stores open today. A Reman San Juan store open this Sunday. Check press and social media for details. The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plagues us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We are literally eating ourselves to death, which means we are not living longer, we are dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain. Telephone number is 736-3962. Every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on the street 919 FM. Attention residents of Trinidad and Tobago Housing Development Corporation is making it easier than ever to make payments with its More Ways to Pay campaign. Now you can pay HGC first at your convenience, and these are the options. Using its Rent Cafe app, email Rent Cafe queries at hdc.go.tt for your Rent Cafe setup request. Visiting any NLCB's 1,350 outlet booths in Trinidad and Tobago. There are other options as HGC's head office located at 44 to 46 South Key, Port of Spain. South office at number 2 McGillivray Street, San Fernando. Maloney area office, Jacana Avenue, Maloney Gardens. There's also bank transfers and salary deductions. Visiting www.hgc.gov.tt to use their ePay option. There's also SurePay mobile wallet, or select HGC as a payee via Republic Bank, FCB, and RBC.
like they were with teeth. Once some facing adverse conditions, prime is their fallback position. And to this mindset I just fall. Good grief, good grief. Cause I remember back in the 90s when they killed for Michael Hercules, shoot me famous prison commissioner. The mother say she boy was a hustler, but for crimes like murder there is no good reason or rhyme. Poverty ain't no damn excuse for